Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying the content that I've been putting out there. It's really gratifying to get all of these comments of love and gratitude from you guys. I really appreciate it. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about INFJs and money. Money is obviously such a tumultuous and such an explosive topic, right? No one obviously talks about it. No one really says what they really think about money. Everyone just hides from the fact that we should be talking about money more and learning more about money and how to make it, how to keep it, how to save it. What do we think about it? What are the demons associated with it? There's so many things associated with money because, as I said, it's one of those topics that it sticks with us from when we are really young. For example, for me, my parents came from a very poor background in India, really poor. You hear about those stories where you have to walk 15 miles to get to school without shoes on and all that stuff. That was their life. That was actually how they lived. And so now, obviously, now they have money. Now they have the capacity to buy whatever they want. They have shoes, they have enough food and all that. But because of that poverty, because of those conditions, those poor conditions that they lived in when they were younger, it's kind of ingrained in their head. They're kind of like communist people where you are always under this sense of scarcity mindset. You always have the sense of scarcity. You just believe that there's not ever going to be enough no matter what you do, no matter how much money you save up, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many things you have, no matter how much food you eat, it's never enough. It's never going to be enough and you want more and more and more and more. And the same kind of thing applies to my parents. They have this kind of mindset because of their childhood. Nothing to do with them, nothing to do with what they are as human beings or as people, but because of the fact that they have dealt with the situation in the past, in their childhood, for so long that this is their mindset now. No matter how much money they make, it still feels like it's never enough for them. They're afraid to spend money on themselves, they're afraid to buy good things for themselves. Little by little they're learning, obviously. They are in their 50s and 60s now, but it's still ingrained in them. And because of that mindset that I was exposed to when I was a child, I saw them, the way they dealt with money and the way they always had this worry about money in the background all the time. They'd always be worried about money. Always fights about money, not enough money, there's not enough money, no matter how much money there was, it's not enough. And that kind of got ingrained in my head as well, that I had this poverty mindset where no matter how much money there is, no matter how much stuff there is, no matter how much food there is never enough. Now, as I am on this journey of learning about myself and self-knowledge and growth, one of the main things I've been spending my time doing is learning about money and learning about my perception of money, what I think about money, and how I deal with money in the real world. I spent a lot of my time realizing all these things that I do with money, the poverty mindset, realizing no matter how much money I make or no matter how much money I save, it's not enough. But also, related to the INFJ thing, INFJs have this sense that, as I've said this a billion times in other videos, that we have this sense of unworthiness. We feel undeserving of good things, of luxurious things, of self-care. I've done videos on this in the past. You guys know this already. But the main thing in regards to money is that we have a hard time spending money on ourselves. No matter what it might be, no matter what it is, we have a hard time spending money on ourselves. One of the ways it kind of portrays itself in our life is when we're walking through the world and we need something really badly. Like, it's not even something that we are buying luxurious items. It's not like we're like, oh, I'm just gonna spend $3,000 on a pair of shoes that I'll wear once. We don't do those kind of things. It's just not the kind of thing we'll do. We are really practical, and if we're gonna buy something, it has to be something that we're gonna wear a billion times until it's worn out and worn down, and that's the only way we'll throw it out, if we ever throw it out, or we'll just hold on to it forever. But we're not those kind of people. We're not gonna spend money, hither without any thinking behind it. We think a lot before we spend any money. But what we do as INFJs is that we forget that we need to spend money on essential. It's important. That's why they call it essentials, right? Some of the essentials that we have a hard time spending money on is food. We'll one of the things I used to do that I don't do anymore, and this is really bad, and you guys, if you're doing this, stop it right now, is that I would eat food that had already expired, that was beyond its date, because I was like, I don't want to throw out food, it's just a waste. Well, there's a reason why I throw out food. It's because it's not good for you anymore. It's bad. It's gone bad. You don't eat it anymore. But I had this thing inside of me that I was like, no, it's still good. It's only a day beyond its limit. It should be fine. I can still eat it. And I'd make myself sick that way. I don't do that anymore, thankfully. I throw it out as soon as I see it's bad. But I still feel this sense of, oh my God, I threw out food. That's such a waste of money. Even if it's $1, if it's $2, $3, whatever it might be, I feel terrible. You know, it's this sense of not wasting money, not wanting to waste money. But then we take it too far, you know. So instead of being like, oh, so I need toilet paper, I should go buy toilet paper, we're like, well, do I really need it? You're like, yes, I need it. And then we'll go buy it. Or something like toothpaste, you know, we'll use it till the end, to the last smidgen of toothpaste in that tube, and even then we'll be like, oh, I can get a little bit more out of it, I can get a little bit more out of it. Same thing with filling up gas in the car. I used to do this to myself all the time, where I would be at empty, and I mean empty, guys. I was at empty in my car at the gas tank, and I'd be like, no, I can go a little bit further with this. I can go a little bit further with this. I can go a little bit further with this. Thankfully, I never got to a point where I was completely empty and I had to, you know, call some of the services to fill up gas for me or something. But there were points where I was like, oh my God, I'm so close to being empty, and I'm completely empty, and my car is going to stop any moment, and I really need to get to a gas station. Why did I leave it so late, right? It's because we have the sense of not wanting to waste money, not wanting to spend money on ourselves, not wanting to just spend money in general. We have a really hard time spending money in general, which is why I really implore you guys, if you have this sense of, you know, not wanting to waste money or spend money on yourself, buy something for yourself on a weekly basis or a monthly basis to kind of practice spending money on yourself. And buy something that's completely, well, not completely useless, but something that's luxurious, something that's not essential. Don't go buy food or water and be like, oh yeah, I treated myself today. No, that's not a treat. That's essential. You need food, you need water. Unless you go to a really fancy restaurant that you would never normally go to, then yeah, that makes sense. Then that's a treat, and you should treat yourself at least once a week, well, at least once a month if you really can. One of the ways I do that to myself here is I get a massage. I try to get a massage every 2 weeks. You know, I'll just go for a massage. It's not something like I need it, or like my body's like paying for it and anything like that, but I'll just be like, this is a luxurious treat for myself. So I'm deserving of it. I want to spend money on myself, and so I'll go out and I'll get a massage. It's just one of those things that I do in order to practice the act of spending money on myself, spending money and buying things for myself. Now, if you haven't already listened to other videos on, you know, the other videos I've done this one where I talked about buying an air purifier. Now, this is an absolute essential for me here because the air quality is so bad. But again, it took me forever to buy this air purifier. But the main point of this is that if it was someone else, if it was anyone else asking me, and a lot of people ask me, you know, do you think I should buy an air purifier? I'm thinking about staying in Chiang Mai for the next couple of months. Do you think I should buy it? My instant answer, before they would even finish asking me the question, my instant answer is yes, hell yes, right? Of course, buy it. It's good for your health. You need it. If you're gonna stay here, it's absolutely a necessity. Buy the damn air purifier. That would be my instant answer for someone else. But for myself, it was not the case. It's not the instant answer for me. I was like, well, maybe, or, you know, I could just kind of do this, or I could go. I would make up all these random excuses in my head. I wouldn't actually be like, no, I deserve it, just like the other person deserves it. Or, yes, it's an essential, it's a necessity, I need to buy it for myself. The same thing with buying gifts for other people. We are really good at buying gifts for other people. In fact, we'll spend a lot of money buying shit for other people and not spend any money on ourselves. I had situations in the past when I was in a relationship where I'd spend all my money buying birthday presents or random presents for my guy when I wouldn't have enough money to buy gas for my car, or I wouldn't have enough money to buy lunch when I was at work. But I would buy this really expensive gadget that he wanted because he wanted it. And I think to myself, what's wrong with me? Like, I mean, like, seriously, what is wrong with that situation? But we do that all the time as INFJs because we have this weird sense where we aren't deserving of money or good things, but other people are not. Especially if we love them, we'll buy everything for them and we'll just be like, here, take more and more and more and more. But do I deserve it? No. I don't deserve it myself, but you do, because you are someone that I love, right? There's this big mismatch between our thoughts about money and about our deserving of that money, about whether we should be spending money on ourselves. So the main conclusion of all this, obviously, as I said, is to practice spending money on yourself. Really, I'm telling you guys, it's one of the most essential things you can do for yourself. Not only learning about what your money demons are, to learn about, what do you think about money? Do you like money? Do you hate money? Do you think you are deserving of money? Do you think money is a good thing? Do you think money is evil? Thinking about all that stuff obviously is absolutely crucial. But also spending money on yourself as an INFJ and practicing it, realizing that it's okay, it's all right, it's actually fine for you to spend money on yourself. You are deserving of it. It's fine for you to luxuriate in things. It's fine for you to have luxurious things. It's fine for you to have non-luxurious things, essential things as well, obviously. It's fine for you to have a full gas tank. It's fine for you to fill up your gas tank even if it's at half empty. You don't have to wait until the absolute end. It's fine for you to buy toothpaste even if you have only finished like a quarter of it, 3/4 of it. Even if you have a tiny little bit left in there, it's okay for you to buy another pack. You don't have to go all the way into the last smidgen of it. It's okay for you to buy toilet paper, like more of it, just because you see a sale on it. And it doesn't mean that you have to wait until you have that last sliver before you buy it. It's all right for you to treat yourself to nice meals and to delicious food and to beautiful clothing and to nice things that you like. I'm obsessed with nice jewelry, and for the longest time I wouldn't buy nice things for myself. Now I'm really trying to buy a nice piece for myself at least once a year, just as one of those things, right? So I really want you guys to start thinking about this a little bit more and really start practicing spending money on yourself. I know it's such a weird thing to practice, but it really is one of those things that will help you become a healthier and more balanced INFJ in general. Again, if you guys have any questions about this, message me anytime about this video or any other videos, or you can comment below. Obviously, I read all comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.